Well, I got involved with Students Care Service because a friend who invited me to give a no interest loan in order that the agency pay bonuses. So I got it very curious about what does this agency do that run out of money to pay bonus.
It was started by Mr. Francis Thomas, who was the principal of St. Andrew's School and the chairman of Anglican Welfare Council. At that time, of school counselling service was actually a little hut on the compound of St. Margaret's Primary School in a corner. In this office was converted into a little reception area, one small counselling room and one small office. And there are only 3 full-time staff. I was the only full-time professional staff.
In his mind, what is most important is get enough funds so that we can really help those students who need to pay their fees or need a little bit more pocket money.
So one of the things we did was to sponsor some needy students. Those days I think financial aid was one of the things.
It was a small office, but it served our purpose at that time until we realized that we need to expand.
We can't just be a little charity organization. We have to grow a little bigger, so we have to go professional.
So Mr. Francis Thomas realized that the only way to raise funds to expand is to go secular. So that's where we started in Penang Lane. At that time, it was known as School Counselling Service. Oh, the beginning was tough, I think.
A challenge that I look at it is because we don't have so many staff.
With limited resources, and yet we are gung-ho enough. The board really will say, we believe in it and we have convicted, we will go out and do it. And then we worry about the money later on.
Mr. Eric Lau was the one who worried about money. He would tell me, don't worry, you look after the professional services side, you plan your program, I would bring in the money.
And for us, we wanted that leeway to be able to do things and run programs that we see fit and serving the needs.
What I would say as a milestone thing will be the establishing of a first community-based centre, which is the current Clementi Centre. It was in 1983. Previously, when we operate at the Penang Lane office, it is just an office, and clients have to come to the office.
So it was a good idea to move out of Penang Lane to the community, to where our clients are.
Before we opened the centre, we had to climb up all the stairs to every floor to explain who we are. We are not this, we are not a medical centre, we are not a club.
In order to convince the teachers that we were there to help, we are equipped. So we also conduct workshops, for the teachers and for the students, help to give parenting talks, things like that.
When I joined in 2000, we embarked on this plan to publish a book. We had so much of experience, the skills, the stories to tell, the insights, practice, wisdom, whatever. So we decided that we need to put them in a book. And finally, we persevered and we got the book out. And this is the book. Now, it's very important and significant because once you get the first book out, then the rest follows. So in 2007, when the National Council of Social Service started this Centres of Specialisation initiative, they decided to appoint Students Care Service as the Centre of Specialisation for School Social Work.
And together with this, of course, when we start the community base, we also started the educational psychology service. And this is a milestone because at that time it's a big service gap.
No, it started off as psych services.
Psych services.
Yes, and I think psych services just do assessment, psych assessment of children. That was the main purpose of employing an educational psychologist.
what holds everybody and what excites everybody is, I think, the SCS ability, alright, to evolve and make itself relevant to the times.
The second time when we changed our logo, because that time the feeling was students care, the word students care center became so common, students care service, people mix.
I'm glad I played this role, and I've learned from our clients, and I've also, in my own way, learned from our social workers.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of your development, your growth.
If I were not part of students care service for the last 30 years, I'll be a much more selfish person, much more impatient person.
And you look at the starting point is very humble, but it's a humble little stone that rolls down that activates the whole avalanche.
So students care, what I'm trying to encourage is we must think out of the box now and get the staff, be prepared to take on any challenge the nation may face.